呪術廻戦
All right, let's read chapter 131 of Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Shibuya Jihen 48, part 48 of this series of the Shibuya incident. Mahito has transformed into this thing. He said something about finally finding his true essence. And this is just a sort of a nice, what would have been color spread for the start of the chapter. There we go. You can see right blank page. So this is the actual start of the chapter. And before we zoom in here, you can see we got a larger panel with Mahito and Itadori facing off, and then some sort of closer panels here with them talking or thinking. In the case of Itadori up here. 今までの手段としての変形じゃない。Up until now's level or method of transformation, it isn't. So shudan is a way or a method. Yeah, a means or a way. So he's saying that this thing is not a transformation, a change of form, using a method up until now. Or using a way up until now. It's not a transformation that he's done before, basically. 何が違う? What is different? What is different? Happy birthday te yatsu sa. And this is how the previous chapter ended. The yatsu I wasn't quite clear about. Yatsu sa. Yatsu can mean person, thing, whatever. So this could be like a person says happy birthday or something like that. The English went with how about wishing me a happy birthday? But the te here is like a quotation like happy birthday. Itadori. 高校生の経て理解したんだ。This is hete in this case is to accomplish or to carry out. Experiencing. Yeah. So experiencing the Black Flash did understanding. Now, to me, it wasn't clear whether to experience Black Flash was to get the experience to be able to do it or to have the experience of being hit by it. But either way, through the Black Flash, experience of the Black Flash did understanding. And that he's talking about himself. I have come to understand. Ore no honto no, my true mukidashi no tamashi yo. My true something soul. Mukidashi, something coming out. My true, naked, frank soul. Muki is here peeling off and coming out soul. So that idea. I've come to understand that of my soul, the true peeling off, coming out, the nakedness of me, of my soul. Odoroita yo. Shocked, surprised, you know. Omae ga jibun sagashi o suru taipo datta to wa na. You, the self-searching doing type being as for that, you know. So I'm surprised. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that you're the type that would do self-searching? So dana. So he laughs. That's true, you know. That's right. Demo shiage wa korekara da. However, as for, I guess this is like raising the work or raising the effort, it's from here on. Shiage is finishing touches being finished. So as for the end, as for the finishing touches, It's like from here on. It's starting here. Omae o koroshite, killing you. 俺は初めてこの世に生まれ落ちる. As for me, beginning in this world, being born, 生まれ落ちる. That's just a fancy way of saying to be born. Yeah, 生まれ落ちる. The 落ちる, he's using a different kanji, but that's just another way to say 落ちる. I don't know that there's any meaning in this kanji. This version of 落ちる, 落ちる in general means to drop, to fall into, to sink, etc. This one has a connotation of degeneration or descending into. So it seems to have a little bit more of maybe like a negative. Anyway, it's being born, but using that kanji. As for me, being born into this world for the first time, killing you, and then as for me, I will be born into this world like anew, afresh, from the start. Okay, horror, happiness. Zao. Okay, he's doing something. B. Okay, I think that's him flipping over. Like. Chi. Oh, okay, he's coming in. He's kicking at Mahito. These things are like wrapping around his foot. Gi. Zashu. Bu. B. Bachi. Okay, I guess that was him swinging around with his tail or whatever this thing is. And Itadori blocking with his knee or something. Za. Okay, not quite clear what's going on here. He seems to be wide open. Doing something here. And then we get some sort of thing. This is like him blocking here, I guess, and then coming in with his left here. Oh. Kichi? So he's punching. Katai. Hard. So that's kind of like clank. Namami de ano toki ijo ni. Namami de, like the body, the flesh and blood body. This is namami is usually the term we see in Galaxy Express 39 to distinguish people with a flesh and blood body versus a machine body. Namami de. So with a living flesh, more than that time. Ano toki ijo ni. And he's thinking back to kind of his fight with whatever this guy's name was and the way he had hardened his body. Okay. Ga. Gun. Zun. Okay, so that's Mahito swinging and kind of like knocking him back, maybe. Bushi? Really high is not sure what's happening there. Okay. 理解したんだ、俺の本当のむき出しの魂を. So this is what just we saw 5 pages ago. What Mahito had just said. Did understanding my soul's true nakedness of the soul. My true nakedness of the soul. Real did understanding. そういうことか? Is it that sort of a thing? Is that what he means? Zakakakakakakakaka. こいつはもう So is that what this means? Is it that sort of a thing? こいつはもう As for this guy, already... ... Okay. B. So that didn't get quite completed yet, that idea. Do. 俺の攻撃が通らない. My attacks not passing. So my attacks aren't making it through. 従霊として as a cursed spirit, 変身前とは別次元の存在になったんだ. So connecting this with the previous statement, which was こいつはもう. Is it that sort of a thing? As for this guy, already, as a cursed spirit, as for with previous transformations, to an existence of a different dimension, became. So has this guy become or transformed, come into an existence of a different dimension, a different level from previous transformations as a cursed spirit? Okay. It's kind of like grab. Boom. Okay, so he kind of face palms Itarori here and just slams him into the ground. Ouch. All right. As usual, we get some odd stuff here. So we get a whole panel across the top here. So he slammed him in the ground really hard. Apparently wherever they were is now collapsing, and I guess they're falling, which is what this is. They were back up on the surface of the Shibuya station, so presumably now they're falling back underground. Rocks falling, tumbling, and the rest happens down here. Basha, basha. That's rocks and debris like hitting into some water there. こいつを倒すには as for toward taking down this guy. So about taking down this guy. Kokuse no, the Black Flash. Ore no saidai juryoku shutsuryoku no kokuse no, my greatest cursed energy output Black Flash. Oh, again, meaning like gonna need to do it. This is a direct object. So again, like as for taking out this guy, a Black Flash, like need to use. He's getting to the verb. The verb is not yet implied. Or the verb is implied at the moment, but it's not stated yet. Something about some verb about doing a Black Flash. And then again, a Black Flash, that's my greatest output of cursed energy. There it is. Butsukeru shika nai. I have no choice but to strike. No choice but to strike with a Black Flash at the greatest spiritual level output. Butsukeru. Yeah, to knock into, to strike hard, to hit an attack. So no choice but to strike, attack, strike hard, using a Black Flash of maximum output of cursed energy of me to take out this guy. All right. Hey, Kashimo. I try not to read either when I'm reading, but I catch what I can. Neratte daseru. Neratte daseru. Okay, so this is like aiming and making output. Aiming outward or aiming and putting out. Jutsushi wa sonzai shinai. As for a sorcery, not existing. So as for sorcerers not existing that are aiming and outputting, naratte daseru, or able to aim and output. This is sort of a flashback to some previous comment, maybe. Gaku. Okay, that's like some sort of sound. He's stepped in some water, maybe? Gaku, gaku, gaku. What is this? Can anyone tell what that is? That looks like, is that Mahito? I can't tell what that is. Okay, well, whatever. Boro. Okay, Boro is falling apart. Boro is falling apart, and you can see part of Mahito's arm blades are coming off. And he's like bleeding. So something happened. Okay, this is something happening here to Mahito, I guess. But it's not clear, like... Anyway, he's laughing. Cuckoo. 一瞬とはいえ、領域展開直後に、特性の食らったのが、まずだな。Okay. 一瞬とはいえ. The towaiya is like talking about an instant of the domain unfolding, domain expansion directly after. So towaiya. Although, yeah, so although it was an instant after, directly after the domain unfolding, even though it was an instant after the unfolding of the domain, directly after, when absorbing, when eating, when taking in a black flash, it was no good. Mazui, I guess. This is, okay, so this is Mahito thinking this. So he did take a black flash hit from Itadori. And he's saying, even though it wasn't just an instant directly after doing the domain unfolding, the domain expansion, it was no good, I guess. Eating, absorbing a black flash. So presumably then that is a delay from that? I don't quite get that just because that was many, many panels ago. In fact, that was the previous chapter at this point. Tero. That's just him with his tongue. He's licking his thumb or something. Oh, Itadori's foot is stuck. His foot is stuck. That's what that gun sound is now. Yeah, okay. Gun. Otagai. Mutual. Genki ippai da na. Mutually healthy, full it is, isn't it? Yeah, so this is like both of us, lots of health, full of health, aren't we? Fully energetic. Genki ippai dana. Which is also weird because a chapter or two ago, Mahito was saying like he's at 40%. Maybe that changed with this transformation. Okay, something's happening. All right. Okay, I guess there was a big wave of water from that splash. Now Mahito is sort of like swinging through it. All right, hands, stuff going on. Oh, okay. We get kind of a nice juxtaposition for the two here. Water flying around, both coming in with a punch. Oh, okay, and that's the end. That's the end of the chapter. Still going on with this part 6 of the no lower limit sorcery technique, whatever. I'm sure it's absolutely fascinating. Here you go. Read and be enlightened. It says Owadi. I bet that's a lie. By the way, I don't care. Okay, that was the end of 130. Next time, no, 131. Next time, 132. The battle continues. We'll see what happens then next time.